The historic Mission San Juan Capistrano has long been a place of California tradition and legend. The jewel of the missions today combines history and beauty in an urban Southern California setting. Today, the mission grounds captivate all those who come to this historic place. But it's the mission gardens that capture the unique tapestry of the California mission experience. Yet, in the beginning, it was a much different setting. Founded in 1776 by Father Junipero Serra, the founding Padres brought with them herbs and medicinal plants, as well as grains and vines. The early gardens were mainly utilitarian. The era of the Spanish Padres and the mission system declined after 1821, and with that came a period of neglect. The gardens became silent, and the courtyard stood empty as the adobe walls crumbled. The once thriving gardens and the dreams of prosperity returned to the dust of the past. In the early part of the last century, Father John O'Sullivan came to the dust and weeds of Mission San Juan Capistrano. His vision: to restore the mission gardens to grandeur. From the early restoration efforts of the 1930s to what has become Southern California's garden showplace is an effort worthy of the mission founders. Through the devotion of a volunteer group, the Gardening Angels, the mission grounds have reached a beauty that would have surpassed the dreams of the mission's founders. And today, the mission blooms again. The mission has several different and unique gardens. As visitors enter the grounds, they are greeted by the entry plaza. The Moorish fountain, part of the early restoration of the plaza, features water lilies that have a wide variety of brilliant color and share the fountain with koi. The pepper tree, like this one, is a native of Peru and was introduced to California in 1825. This sentinel of the plaza has watched over the mission grounds for over 125 years. Known as the Queen of the Flowers, a wide selection of roses can be seen throughout the entry plaza. Colorful and delicate blooms that bring vibrance year-round. The bougainvillea, named for an 18th century French navigator and scientist, fills the plaza, arches, and bell wall with a wide spectrum of colors, while promoting a feeling of serenity and peace. The bird of paradise has long been a symbol associated with the mission. Tropical and dramatic, the bird of paradise holds a place of honor near the mission's famous bell wall and has been witness to years of plaza memories. The entry plaza also honors native plants and those who tended them, the Ahashaman.
Miyukayim. That means hello in my native tongue. My name is Jackie Nunez, and I'm a descendant of the Native Americans that built this beautiful Mission San Juan Capistrano. Behind me is a quicha. This is the dwelling of my ancestors. It's made of tule and cattail, and this plant is found primarily by the river banks, but was used to house our people. There were many plants that were important to my ancestors. One such plant is the oak tree, and from the oak tree comes the acorn. This acorn sustained our people for thousands of years. Another important plant to my ancestors is the elderberry tree. It's important because in the springtime, the little yellow flower was used as medicine. In the summertime, the elderberries were wonderfully sweet and good as a food, why some people in our tribe even refer to the elderberry as the musical tree. We would cut the branches, strip them, take the bark off, we would slit it in half so it could be made into a clapper stick that actually created the heartbeat of our music. The elderberry had many uses.
Walking due north on these historic pathways, visitors are greeted by the beauty and drama of the central courtyard. The central courtyard spans nearly an acre and beckons with a wide vista of colorful plants and grand architecture that are blended to frame this exquisite area. Life and color are partners in the central courtyard. Jacarandas and palms soar to the sky as the Mission plays host to its many outdoor activities. At its center, the courtyard highlights a large, Old World-style fountain. Lilies and watergrass display their glorious blooms all year long to everyone's delight. To many of the Mission visitors, the central courtyard is an unforgettable experience. To the west of the central courtyard is a unique cactus and succulent garden. This garden represents the New World. Cacti formed hedges and provided a familiar setting to the Mission's early residents and yielded both flowers and fruit. The courtyard and cemetery area holds much of the Mission's history and honors those whose lives have built much of what we see today. The Sacred Garden, where visitors may view the legendary bells in an atmosphere of quiet reflection. The Stone Church Pathway surrounds the historic ruins of the Great Stone Church and features one of the Mission's many fountains, which has sustained generations of garden residents. The West Gardens, where the Mission's history and heritage blend in a setting for serene meditation. Museum Director and Gardening Angel, Alana Jolly.
I'm Alana Jolly, and we're at beautiful Mission San Juan Capistrano. These are the gardens that have evolved over 2 centuries. What you see here at the Mission right now is not what California looked like in the beginning. This area that we're sitting in right now, the central courtyard, was only dirt and dust and weeds until 1934. The gardens are what attract a lot of people to the Mission rather than its history. But when you come here to see the gardens, then you immediately notice the beautiful adobe structures that are here, and you become interested in history as well. I love the Mission, I love the gardens. My favorite tree is the tamarisk. I like to say that it stands guard over the ruins of the Great Stone Church, which is a calling that the plant has. The volunteers, the garden club, they are who make the gardens beautiful. We've actually had a garden club for about 3 years now, and if you look at the difference between then and now, you will see what loving care does for plants. They are living, and anything that's living has to be nurtured, more than just cared for, more than watered and mowed. But it's the love and care from the volunteers that make the gardens beautiful. One of the focuses of the Gardening Angels every year is the Flower and Garden Festival, and it is held the second weekend in June every year, and it attracts visitors who come from all over the world who haven't seen many of these plants, and they've been to world-renowned gardens, and they say that this is a place that has some of the most interesting, the most variety that they've seen anywhere in the world. So we're very proud of our garden and what the Gardening Angels have done.
The gardens grow and change because of care and nurturing. But it's seeing the gardens through new eyes, filled with magic and wonder, that the true future of the Mission Gardens can be seen. The Mission blooms again because of dedication to a vision and commitment to a dream. The gardens of Mission San Juan Capistrano live today as a treasure and a monument to all dreams for all of California.